This season on Survivor CNU. We ventured into uncharted waters with a twist.
Not only is this uncharted waters because of the restrictions you're on, there is no tribe. There is one tribe.
12 contestants were surprised to find out that there were no tribes and immediately began strategizing.
We are the underdogs. 1, 2, 3. Underdogs!
The Underdog Alliance was formed, but Kayla and Dalton, feeling insecure in their spots, flipped with the upperclassmen to blindside Shannon at the first tribal council, resulting in the Underdogs truly living up to their name. After Bronwyn found the idol,
cash money. Let's win this thing.
the Underdogs trusted in Luke to vote with them.
Everyone's on board.
Every single person on our side is on board.
However, the upperclassmen stood strong as they voted Bronwyn and Samir out of the game. At the final 9, with John winning immunity, Ryan decided now was the time to flip along with Dalton.
But there's still a point that I got to think of myself and whether I believe that I can get to the final 2 or 3 or whatever it is.
Voting Luke out as the first member of the jury. While the Underdogs felt on top, Ryan decided to go back with his original alliance.
He comes to me a couple days after tribal council and says, basically he wants to reverse his whole flipping, like switching alliances thing.
Resulting in Alex, Dalton, Emily, and the last remaining member of the Underdog Alliance, Sydney, being voted out of the game. Now, we are down to 4. Ryan. Starting off as one of the brains of the upperclassmen, Ryan played the middle between the two alliances that got him to this point. But with the rest of his alliance having doubts, can he make it to the end?
I think regardless of who the jury is, if I'm at the end with Eden, I think most people think that I played a better game than her. And if I make it to the jury, to make it to the end with John, I'm not really sure what I'm gonna say. That's kind of for me, that's a then problem. I gotta make it there first.
John. The physical figurehead of the upperclassmen, John has shown that being an expert at the game is second to strong numbers and a loyal alliance. Can he win his way to a win?
It's either going to make good TV or make me seem really cool, but I told you I was going to win at the beginning, and I'm going to win it then. You're looking at the victor of this year's Survivor Season 4.
Kayla. After flipping on the first vote, Kayla has had a rocky relationship with her former Underdog Alliance members. In spite of this, she has always stayed on top. Can she do so to be crowned the victor?
I went to the alliance that I had more trust in, and it helped because I'm here and you're there. Well, I can't say that, but basically, I'm here and you're there, so...
Eden. Despite not being a strategic power player, Eden was voted as the dark horse at touchy subjects, and has made no enemies on the jury. If she can make it to final tribal, can she play nice to the very end?
There's like the game relationships and the friendships kind of outside the game. And I think I'm pretty good deciphering between the clear we're playing the game part and like we're friends outside of the game. And so I know people in the jury definitely took this game a lot more seriously and they were really committed to the game. But I think part of the game is making the friendships and trying to discover how you work with people and stuff like that.
After a crazy season, who has what it takes to outwit, outplay, and outlast to become sole survivor? Find out tonight.
Alright, final 4. Let's get to your immunity challenge. Ryan, I will take it back.
Yeah.
Alright, you're not gonna make me do it? Alright, once again, community is back up for grabs. This challenge is a staple for the start of CNU. It is called Cone on a Hard Domino. So, I will explain how this challenge works. You will be given a cone, okay? You need to hold the cone firm enough that you can hold a domino against a wall. Your arm will be straight above you. You are holding the domino with the cone for as long as you can. If the domino drops, out of the challenge. Last person standing with their domino still touching the wall wins immunity, has a 1 in 3 shot to win the season. For the other 3, can't say the same. We'll see how this team of 4 actually is the team of 4. We'll see how it breaks down. We will drop spots and we'll get started. We are starting in 3, 2, 1. Challenge is on. Cannot touch the wall. If you do, you're out. John Ryan got. Ryan got. Kayla is egging on Ryan.
Anybody can jump on.
Trevor,
Yes,
get
Eden.
rid of this spider, please.
Where is the spider?
Natural selection.
I just want Trevor to touch a spider.
I don't see it. I see the web.
It's right there.
Yeah, I see the web.
Trevor, you're just scared of the spider.
I'm not scared
it's like
at all.
1 centimeter big.
I'm not scared of bugs. Wait, do you want me to step on it?
I don't care.
If it starts moving, Eden is out of the challenge just like that. Got distracted by a spider, and she's out.
Eden, look at the spider. You could have been Spider-Man.
I'm about to drop 2. I just have stuff to do tomorrow morning.
Okay, so this challenge means nothing to you?
No, it doesn't.
All right, Kayla.
Bye, guys.
You dropped? Are you serious?
Kayla's out. We're down to 2 just like that. Shortest challenge so far.
So far? Dude, my last challenge took 2 minutes. Are you serious?
I hurt you.
Oh my gosh, you're serious, right?
You guys ever read this book called the Bible?
I've read it a couple times.
There's a story. There's a little guy named David. The big guy named Goliath.
His name was Goliath.
His name was Goliath.
Are you Goliath?
David.
Or are you David?
No, I'm definitely Goliath. Look at the size of him.
I feel like in this.
Why are you doing it so hard, John?
What?
John goes hard at the
his
paint.
hands.
Come on, play some Waka.
Get some
John, I don't think
Waka
there's a way you can reposition your hand without dropping it, so you're in it for the game for the long haul.
You cannot touch your arm and hold it down.
Okay, I have this. I know it's gonna be silly. What if I have an itch?
I mean, that I would imagine that's fine.
No.
Nah, then you suffer. Then you suffer.
I would say that that's not fair.
You should suffer.
Yeah.
I don't have an itch.
It goes away. Alright, I'm just feeling.
I think we should do leg at 15 on the
What do you say?
1 leg at 15 minutes.
I think we're already past 15 minutes.
We're at 14:50.
It's about 50. That's officially it is 1 leg at 30. So
Can we do 1 leg at 20?
John, you keep changing the game up.
I just wanted to go quicker. I think I'd go out quicker if we did the leg quicker.
if you both consent to it, then if you can say right, you have every right to say no. No, we're doing 30.
John, did you ever consider that you would go out quicker if you dropped?
I literally just said that. Oh, yo,
Okay.
That's from reverse psychology. He's just trying to get me to drop. I don't like it.
Okay, we'll do 30 minutes then.
Okay, I might at like the 21st minute, maybe. I'll let you know.
All right.
Got you on speed dog.
All right, I'm gonna believe you. Better not be wrong. Going in for the close-up. Look at the man. Look at the strat. This could be a huge play.
I love cards.
Go ahead. I don't like.
Yeah, my fingers are
I
dead.
don't like.
Yeah, we'll say right. Your fingers are very close, but they're not touching. So I'm just telling you. John, I don't know if it's possible for you to put this foot. I mean, I guess if you put your finger through it on accident.
My finger, I might have to cut off one of these. Because the blood's just not there.
So you've lost blood in your fingers already?
Alright, 100%.
Alright. Ryan,
Yeah.
how are your fingers?
Can someone play a What Poppin' remix?
I mean, that's still a task, so I mean, it could be worse.
Give me that option.
No.
What do you mean no?
Oh, yeah, if you join Ryan, just so you know, John,
a really good career path.
John keeps trying to throw and asking to throw things at you.
Dude, John, I will catch him with my back.
Okay, let me try it then.
No, it's not happening.
Ryan just okayed it.
I'm not okaying it.
Throw your block.
We are 30 seconds away from going to 1 foot. You cannot switch feet. You have to stay on 1 foot for the rest of the challenge. Colin Ray will count down. I am not saying it yet. Colin will count down from 10, and you have to be on 1 foot.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
1 foot.
What time is it?
Time?
Yeah.
10, 10. Make a wish.
Time to get a watch. I got him.
If your other foot touches the both, so interestingly, both of you go with your non-dominant foot. Both of you go with your left foot to stay on. If your right foot, if either of your guys' right foot touch, you're out of the challenge.
So how you doing?
You know, I'm doing pretty well. How are you doing?
I can't feel along.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Ryan.
Jumps.
Extremely dangerous here by Ryan. Ryan, I just realized your block is vertical. And I've
What
never
did Ryan do?
I've never seen that. He like adjusted his legs.
It probably is.
I've never seen a block be vertical.
He's been dribbling it.
E, what do you think of these two? Are you impressed? Okay, good talk.
Yes, Trevor, I'm impressed.
Are you almost glad the spider got you out?
Oh yes, I was so bored.
Eden, I feel like Eden would have won this challenge.
Ryan, you told me in confessional earlier you'd kill me if this was the challenge.
It's murder time.
I know.
Uh-oh. Time to catch a body.
You better not cut that part.
I don't know if we heard it all. Yeah, what do you think? What do you think now, Ryan?
John, you want to drop in from soon?
If you give me a deal, I would.
After I make this deal, you can kill me. Okay. I don't even know what deal is making. I mean, like, what other deal is there for me to make this? Don't vote me out.
Yeah, I guess.
I wouldn't vote you out.
And I'm the same with you. And now Ian's staying right here. And we were originally like with Luke before that we were.
All right, I got a question for Eden.
Yeah.
Yes.
Eden, can you hear me?
Yes.
Do you trust me?
No.
Okay. That's fair.
I didn't tell the MME.
That's fair.
But if we vote together, Ryan, and she has to vote majority, or she'll vote it out.
All right, I got another question. Am I getting voted out if I drop?
I would not vote you.
I'm meant for you.
Oh.
I don't think so. I think
Why is that?
because this was the original core group.
That's what.
It was the
So you just
pack.
said-
Also, in my confessionals, I told you this, Ryan. Like everybody was like, "Why? Do you trust Ryan?" I was like, "Yeah."
But
Everybody was pissed because you were like turning behind people. I'm like, "I'm playing a good game."
So Eden just said she didn't trust me. So I'm feeling. So you
I
said-
think that I wouldn't vote you out, but I don't think you would hesitate to vote me out.
No, I don't
Because
think so.
you obviously had conversations with like other people.
It was Operation Game of Trust and Break the Neck.
If you're playing a good game, I respect it.
It wasn't my people.
To be honest with you, yeah, I trust Ryan. I do. One, he's a brother.
You have all said you will not vote for each other. Meaning, there's only one person you go for. Is that true, Eden?
I mean, yeah. It was us plus Luke. At like the very beginning, we're like, we'll just make it to the end and then figure it out from there.
So if nothing had happened where they exposed Ryan, you would still trust him?
Probably, yeah.
Let's stop it. I still feel like I can't tell. I do trust you now, though.
Cool. What's your name again?
Ryan, how far does trust go? We're at the Final Four.
Well, I think it's just you take your chances. Even if you do or don't trust them, you take your chances with people, and you find out at tribal the chances work out.
Like,
I think that's pretty good answer. That's a pretty honest answer. I think the only way to truly be safe is to win.
That is a good way to be safe. I will agree with that.
John, how far does trust go in the Final Four for you?
So I trust everybody here. There was a time where I thought Caleb voted Luke out, and I think I was wrong. I don't know 100%. And so ever since that point, I was like, I need to gain Caleb's trust back. So I've been really loyal to her. But if it comes down to us four, I'd rather stick with the core group then.
I'm sure Kayla knows this as well, but
Yeah.
still, I mean, you guys know my opinion on Kayla. Or what my opinion was before.
So does her pitch at tribal council of anyone can beat me not convince you guys at all?
Oh, if it was down to someone else and Kayla, like to pick the two, I think the jury would pick that other person right away.
I don't want to go to someone with it. I don't want to win easy. Take something fun.
Yeah, that's true.
Do you agree?
What was the question?
Do you want to win? Do you want to have an easy win or not?
An easy win?
Yeah.
Like take someone that the jury would not really vote for.
Oh.
I don't want to do that.
That's not boring.
Exactly.
But I think the jury honestly is it's a pretty good like mix.
Regardless, I mean, their jury was always talking about like you lost my vote at like remember when we were.
Yeah,
What time is it?
I mean, regardless of if they're going to be on jury, they're going to have to vote for someone.
Yeah.
Regardless of if they like you or not. I mean, obviously one of us four again are going to win, and you know, they keep talking about how they like the show, and if they really like the show, I think if they really like the show that much, they'd be unbiased jurors.
Okay. It's not, no.
That's what I think.
Yeah.
And if they're being unbiased, then whoever they think played the game and whoever gets good statements and answers is obviously going to win. I will say, regardless of who falls, I'm not voting. I really don't want to vote either of you guys.
All right, Ryan. Just as he says, it drops. John, win the immunity.
You want arm wrestle? Dude, feel cold to this. Dude, holy crap. Well done, man. I hate you, but
All right, John, you have 1 and 3 and try to win this game.
I was pushing.
Stop flexing. Ryan, Eden, valiant effort. One of you two or Kayla will be voted out as long as you keep immunity. I will see you at tribal. Congrats.
You got it.
Rip.
I don't know. I was gonna take that.
I'll give you Jose. Come on.
I don't know what you want from me.
Here you go.
So like I was pretty for like first like half hour I was like confident that I was going to win, and in my mind I had the mindset if I lose a challenge for the rest of the season I'm going home. So that's the kind of mindset I have, and it felt really good, and I didn't start feeling like my arm didn't start getting numb or anything until like 55 minutes in. Like so I was just like I was just like crap, like this sucks. Like I started moving around a lot more and I couldn't feel myself moving around. I could just see my hand moving. So it was going really good, and then obviously I fell after I took my hand off took our hand off the side. And right before I said that, I was like, if I fall, if I drop this domino, I'm not voting for you guys. And I didn't mean that as in like it just looked really bad because I said that and then I dropped my domino. So just like, it sucks. Like at first they thought that it was kind of like for me proving that I'm willing to work with them. But I told them the truth. I was just like, I really didn't mean to drop that domino. Like I know like what it gave off, but it's really not what I was intending to mean. But it's still true that I'm not gonna vote for you guys. And if I'm expecting to go home, to be honest. I'm not gonna be surprised. But I don't know. I'm just hoping that they trust me enough to, go to the end. We had the challenge, right? And John ended up winning, and so I texted Eden and John. I texted John first separately. I sent him this thing, like this paragraph. I was like, hey, if you don't like, we talked, like running into the bathroom. We're like, I trust you. He said he trusts me, and I just like, Eden doesn't trust me though, does she? And he's like, no, she doesn't. And like, obviously, I asked that during the challenge.
Right.
So I sent this thing. I was just like, hey, should I say this? And it basically said, it was like going to Eden and him. It was basically said, hey, I know you don't trust me. I don't really know what else I can do to change that. But here are all the times that I've been, where you guys have been like suspicious of me. Like for the Luke vote, I voted with you guys. Like, I mean, you saw that I did. For the Dalton vote, you saw me work with you guys again. And the Alex vote as well. Like I voted with you guys every single time. There hasn't been a time where I voted against you. And like that was kind of like my evidence as to show that I've been working with them this whole time. And I was like, I know I've been talking to, like I was talking to Emily and them, but just to figure out what they were doing. Like I was just, I was telling you guys everything that they were saying. I mean, I don't really know what else I could say to you guys besides like, this is it. This is like my evidence to like prove that I'm like innocent. And they took it, but like whether they meant it or not, I think they took it well. And they're like, yeah, like you said, every time that you said that you're gonna vote for this person, you always have. And I think I'm trying to play the card to be like, because it was me, John, Luke, and Eden in like the first core group of 4, and obviously Luke's gone, so it's just us 3 left.
Well,
I'm trying to play like to that side of, us 3 to make it us 3 to the end, and like whoever wins the immunity next challenge wins. We'll go to the end, of course, and that's just something we got to figure out at that time.
Right.
I just, you can't figure out who's gonna win that.
Right.
So it's just kind of like, I'm just trying to get to the next vote, and personally, I think I have to win the next immunity challenge. Like all the different scenarios, and obviously, best case scenario, I win the challenge. I get to pick who goes to the end with me. But in the event that John wins, I gotta play to like I'm gonna try to like play to like the side of him that's just like, hey, we all know that if you make it to the end with Eden, you're gonna get votes. And I'm gonna say that to him, like, that could backfire on me. He'd be like, yeah, obviously I'm one of them, that's the easiest, smarter thing to do. But I'm gonna try to like maybe play like to his pride a little bit and be like, let's make the end interesting. Because I remember during the challenge, they're like, we don't want to take, or at least they said they don't want to take Kayla to the end because that'd be like, that'd be an obvious vote. And I don't remember if it was Eden or John that said it'd be kind of boring. So I'm going to try to play off that. If Eden does win, I'll be like, obviously John's going to win. If you take him, and if you don't take him, that's up to you. But at least you'll have a chance against me. Like you got voted most likable in that challenge, so obviously people like you. People. I think people voted her the dark horse to win the game as well. I don't remember if that was true or not, but that's who I picked as my dark horse, and it was Eden. And if you do win, if you do go with me to the end, you'll just have a better chance of winning. Rather than taking John. I think obviously John's been the front runner. He's been front runner for a little bit, especially since Luke got out. At the time, I didn't win any challenges, so John's always had a target on his back. He got voted. I think him and I were voted like most likely to win the game or something like that. I know John definitely had part of that win. So it's just like, I mean, I think it's pretty obvious that he's one of the front runners, and I think I'm the second because. One, I believe I've played the most strategic. If it does work out and I get to the end, I think I've played the most strategic. And, it's not like I didn't win any challenges, and I didn't get there by luck either. So, I mean, I think both of us played good games. I mean, whoever makes it to the end deserves to be there regardless of how they got there. But, yeah. And I do want to say, if I win the challenge, I don't know who I want to take to the end, to be honest. Because I'm going to make the case to John about making it interesting. And I still might pick John because I am curious.
But you would have the easy vote
if I took Eden, which I understand that. But I'm genuinely curious to figure out like what the jury thinks of like who would vote, who they would pick to win out of us two. I'm just gonna have to, honestly, I'm just gonna basically say the same thing again before tribal, and be like, hey, like if you vote me out, you know, a good game, like I still enjoyed it, and you know it is what it is. But I'm just gonna try to appeal to the side of I've been with you guys longer, and you know I voted with you guys. There hasn't been a time where I haven't voted with you guys. So that's kind of how I'm gonna try to play it. Right. And whether it works, you know, I don't know. I hope, but yeah, that's it's gonna be basically the same talk. I don't really have any more that I can say, to be honest. I laid it all out, so I'm just gonna hope. If I make to the end, regardless of who is there with me, I'm gonna try to appeal to the Survivor fans, like Emily, Alex. Definitely gonna try to appeal to them and be like, hey, you know, I hope that, you know, there's no hard feelings, of course, but just like you talked about how our game, like at least Emily said about how our game was kind of boring and how we just teamed up the whole time. But if I was gonna be like, if you're, you know, as big a Survivor fan as you say you are, you would go into this jury vote as unbiased as you could.
Right.
And you got to look at it from a, just like a, like I said, just unbiased. You just got to listen and have an open mind about, listen to their statements about why they think that they should win. And then I'd have to appeal. I don't think Kayla would vote for me, to be honest. If Kayla is on the jury, I don't think she'd vote for me. I think if Luke could probably vote for John and I regardless. I think just because we've played the better games. So I'm not really sure, like, my plan for jury management. Like, it's either I keep going back to the John and I or John and Eden, or Eden and I. I think regardless of who the jury is, if I'm at the end with Eden, I think most people think that I played a better game than her. And if I make it to the jury, to make it to the end with John, I'm not really sure what I'm gonna say. That's kind of for me, that's a then problem. I gotta make it there first. So.
Right.
Yeah.
And that'll do, unless you have any other comments or anything you have to say.
No, I think that's it. All right.
Cool.
Time for tribal?
Good morning.
Yeah.
So, this season has been a lot of you four working together, taking out the other side. Eden, as you eat your hummus and pita, is that what it is?
I just choked. Yes.
How surreal was it that it is now you four?
I mean, I thought it was either going to be like us four all the way to the end, or we would just kind of like fall apart right at the beginning. So it was kind of all or nothing. So I'm happy that we made it this far.
Mm-hmm. And John.
That's Trevor.
How hard did you try in that immunity challenge, knowing that it could be, in a sense, anyone, since this is a group of four, and from what you guys have been telling me, there's no leader of this four?
I have been thinking I'm going to leave and go out every round, so I'm impressed that I won. I didn't think I would. Ryan's a tough competitor, but I did. And my arm hurt after, Ryan, or Trevor, sorry.
Ryan, how was your arm after?
It was actually my legs that hurt more than my arms, but yeah, no, it was a good competition between me and John. So, or John and I rather.
Was there ever a point in the hour-long competition where you were holding the cone where you said, "It's not worth it. I think I can make it without winning immunity"?
No, that never really crossed my mind. I mean, obviously everyone wants to win immunity, but I felt like I have to win to try to make it to the next round.
And Kayla, you dropped out early because you had your exams on Friday. How did those go?
Not good.
Was it because of Survivor?
What?
Are you just gonna blame me because of the quizzes?
Yeah, I am actually.
Okay, that's fair. So you left early to go study for the exams, and leaving the opportunity for 3 people to potentially talk.
Well, Eden dropped before I did.
Yeah, but she stayed she stayed to watch the rest of the challenge.
Okay, well.
So
It has no line.
does it concern you that you left 3 people alone to potentially strategize?
Kinda, yeah. I didn't get like any texts for a while, so I was kind of scared. So I just texted them first. I don't know. I didn't really talk to anybody this week. I'm kind of just winging it.
John, how much talking was there for you this week?
Honestly, not a lot. It was weird because I was expecting, like, it's just like gone down. Like, I could think at the start of it, there was like a bunch of people, a bunch of talking, like every time we would have to get together. And then it's just 4 people now, so there's not really that much strategizing, I guess, because everybody's doing their own thing and hoping everybody else follows, I would say.
So, Eden, I know this group is very close outside of the game. How do you balance between winning an individual game and having friendships outside of the game? Because this is a college Survivor, not real Survivor. So obviously the dynamics are different. So how do you balance those two?
Let me just try real quick. I think it's just like we all know that it's a game. Like at the end of the day, it's a game, and it's not like we all take it seriously and it's supposed to be fun. But at the same time, like it's not real life. So yeah, we all just kind of like hang out outside. We all have different activities outside of the game too. So we're all doing like different things. But yeah, I think at the end of the day, it's like this is a game, and like it shouldn't actually affect your relationship with someone.
So Ryan, if you go home tonight, no hard feelings?
No, I mean, like I said, we're all mature enough to distinguish between the game relationship and our personal relationships. So.
Okay. Well, last question. I asked a few tribal councils ago, each of the 4 of you, would you be okay taking 4th place? And here we are. One of you will be 4th place. So, Ryan, are you happy with 4th place?
I mean, yeah, I'm glad I made it here. Of course, I'd rather not be 4th place, but if I had to lose to 3 other people in this game, I'd lose to them.
John, I'm going to assume you're not going to get community and just skip you. Kayla, are you happy with 4th place?
I mean, I want to win the game, but I'm not gonna, jeopardize a friendship that I've made with people just to win a game that has no value to me. I mean, it does, but like I don't win any money, so it's not really that serious,
Okay.
Sorry.
Eden, same question.
Yeah, kind of reflecting off what Ryan said. Like, obviously, we all want to win just because it is a game. But at the end of the day, like, if we're gonna lose to anyone, I'm fine with losing to just 3.
With that, it's time to vote. Ryan, you're first.
I'm just hoping that my plea to them worked. I'm not sure if it did or not, but we'll find out. And if I do go out, it was fun. Good game.
Alright, I apologize, dude. The only reason I'm doing this is that you are a tough competitor, and I would not be able to win if you stayed in the game. Sorry, I love you.
I will read the votes. First vote. Kayla. Ryan. It's one with Kayla, one with Ryan. Ryan. Let's see what's Ryan. Ninth person voted out and the 5th member of our jury. Ryan, you're going to record.
Oh, it's right here. I got it.
Ryan, test vote. That's pretty good.
Well, it was kind of expected tonight, so it's cool. I hope the best. I hope that everything works out for them in whatever way. But it was fun, and I'm glad I did it. So good luck to them, and good night.
Final three. You guys ready for your next immunity challenge? Your next and final immunity challenge. John, for the last time, I'll take it back. Once again, immunity back for grabs. In this challenge, you will be given a ping pong paddle and a ping pong ball. You will paddle the ball for as long as you can. Last person standing with the ball still paddling wins immunity. Now, this immunity is different than normal because if you win immunity this round, you have a guaranteed spot at the final tribal council where you will plead your case to a jury of people that you voted out, either directly or indirectly, but it seems as though it's directly, to win Star of CNU on Uncharted Waters. You will have the sole vote at the next tribal council, and I don't think the stakes could be any higher. You already in your spots? I will give yourself a good start. All right. Are you ready?
Sure.
All right. Final immunity challenge. Sarah's ready.
Wait, question. Do we start like this or does it matter?
Start it. Yeah. Just.
Like just.
We'll figure it out. Yeah.
Okay.
It's fine. All right. Sarah's ready. Go. All three bouncing. If the ball hits your body, you are also out. Kayla with a good save. Cannot move your feet, remember?
Okay.
Kayla wanted me to stop talking. Kayla, another good save. Kayla.
Shut up! Shush! Oh my goodness.
Kayla is out. It's down to John and Eden. Kayla had a lot of good saves. Eden, a really good save. Eden is out. John with final immunity.
Oh. Congrats, John.
That was so stressful.
I know. You want to shut the fuck up.
All right, John, turn around. Come get it. All right. Fourth immunity win.
Thank you, Trevor.
Congratulations. As Eden does too. John, you will have a chance to plead your case to the jury to try to win this season. You have an important decision to make in the next tribal council. Ladies, you will need to try to convince them to take you to the final two.
Whatever it takes. Whatever it takes.
All right. I will.
Trevor, you have some moments.
That's.
You got the
gray hair.
I have gray hair. Yeah. I will see you guys next tribal. Congrats.
Thank you, Trevor.
I think he knew it was coming, actually, because we said we were going to get it down to final three. Me, Eden, and John, because Ryan was like being wishy-washy before then. So we were like, we'll just get it down to S3.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess there was a pecking order, but Ryan probably would have been on top of the list if he didn't like get exposed for like flipping and not flipping and stuff.
So, me, John, and Kayla, like after the whole Emily thing came out, and she was like, "Oh, Ryan was thinking about flipping, blah blah blah." Me, John, and Kayla were like, "Okay, if Ryan doesn't win immunity, we're gonna have to vote him out just because we don't trust him that much."
I knew Ryan was going home as soon as he lost. I hated it, but like he's the biggest competitor. He had won 2 out of 3. Besides, I won the last one. So, like, Ryan asked, like, be honest, am I going home? And I truly did not know what Kayla was thinking because I had not talked to her, but I talked to Eden, and she wanted to send Ryan out. And so, again, I did my strategy of not lying. I told her, I was like, hey, Eden and I have talked, and she wants to vote you out, but I don't know what Kayla's thinking. But I was, like, hypothesizing she would guess Ryan, like, take Ryan out, but I didn't know that, so I didn't say that.
John initiated it with me, like, saying, like, should we vote Ryan out? And I was like, yes. And then I brought it up to Kayla, and I was like, yo, I think we should do this, and she agreed.
Eden kind of persuaded me. So that Sunday before, she was kind of persuading me, hey, we should vote out Ryan because he's a really good competitor. I also think he would betray us in a matter of seconds. And so I had no way to disagree with her, in a lot of ways to agree with her. And so I just played with her.
Glad Eden didn't win. Sadly.
Why do you say that?
Because Eden would definitely win if, like, if she goes to final two. Because against me, yeah, against John, yeah.
Kayla texted me this morning. She's undelivered. I haven't opened it. And she was persuading me. She said, I think you would win if you took me because people hate me.
I was like, hey, I just want to campaign to you for a bit. I said, I hope you would keep me because I think you would definitely win if me and you were at final two. If you took Eden, they would all vote for her just because she's nice and that it's not you. But if you took me, they would vote for you because I did horrible journey management. And I want to say just because I'm not you, but then that sounded like I would have won in a way. So I just like did that wrong. Like I didn't want to say that. So basically, like I feel like John's gonna win, but like I would like to have a shot at least trying to get people to vote for me. So yeah, he said he would. But he said yes. I agree with you 100%, and they love Eden. And I'll be scared to be top 2 with her. So supposedly I'm supposed to be final 2 with John, but we'll see when we vote. When he votes.
Eden's just thinking that she is gonna she has no doubt in her mind that I'm gonna stick with her.
I mean, I'm probably just gonna hope that he sticks to his word. I might text him before and just be like, "Do you have a plan? Like, you know what you're doing?" But I'm pretty sure he's already thought about it. I'm sure because he knows that he's the one who has to make the decision. I trust John will pick me more than he'll pick Kayla. So if I'm wrong, then it is my fault. But I don't think I would regret it because I'm pretty sure I know where he stands.
If I vote Kayla out and hang with Eden, they like Eden. The jury likes Eden. She's done nothing wrong to harm anybody. If they see it as a way she played a good game, she's done really nothing. She just kind of stands there and let other people work, I guess. But there's still opportunity. People like her. She has that likability factor. They can vote for her. If I stick with Kayla, vote Eden out, people hate Kayla. So that would almost give me, in my head, a guaranteed victory if I stick with Kayla. But voting Eden out is someone who I've been tight with from the very beginning. And even outside the game, we like each other. So I'm conflicted. I truly don't know I don't know what I'm gonna do. When is it? Tonight? 7?
It's tonight at 9.
9? Yeah, I truly do not know what I'm gonna do. I want to vote Eden out and keep Kayla.
Okay.
But also, part of me thinks if I do win, I want to win legitimately and give myself a tougher competition and keep Eden. So that way I would feel more accomplished. But then it's also a game. And I have to leave out all of their feelings towards Eden aside. Logistically, I think I would win, but I have greater chances of winning if I keep Kayla than if I keep Eden.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's what makes me want to vote Eden out.
So, Eden, we walk into the challenge, and I explained that it is whoever can paddle a ball in a ping pong paddle as long as possible. What are your initial thoughts?
I instantly knew John was gonna win because he's good at that. So I was not hopeful that I would win, but I found it highly entertaining.
Kayla, did you also find this struggle that you thought John would win?
Yeah, I can't do that. I can't. It wouldn't. I was like, I'm not gonna win either. And it was the quickest challenge ever. It was 5 minutes. We got there at 7.
I don't know if it was that long. I think it was under a minute and a half.
Yeah, it was really entertaining, fun, quick. It was great.
So John, did you walk in and know? When I explained it, did you think we were gonna win?
If it had to do with playing with balls, I knew I was going to be good at it.
Okay, that's great. So how much did you need this immunity?
I'm surprised I'm here. I thought I would be going home if I didn't win, so I think having it is good. I don't know.
Okay. Do you think that, how much do you think that helps your case as a jury now that you are 100% going to be at final trouble counts to complete your case?
I think winning another one makes it seem like I played a good game. I don't know what the jury's thinking, but I don't know how to take playing a good game or not. I would assume winning a lot or winning a good amount would be a good game, I guess.
You had this big decision between taking Eden or Caleb to the end. What was your thought process leaving the challenge of which one you wanted to vote out?
I had no thought process. I was kind of dreading it to the last second, to be honest with you. But I gotta figure out who the jury hates the most.
So, Eden, do you have a pitch to John to try to take you to the final tribal council?
Oh. I'm not paying for your food.
Then you're out.
So you don't have a
I
pitch?
don't really have a pitch now.
Okay. Kayla, do you have a pitch?
I said the jury hates me more. That's what I said. I said I probably would lose if you took me to final two because I yelled at everybody on the jury, supposedly.
Okay. John, hearing that, well, one pitch, were these two in your ear all weekend, or was it just not really a big deal?
They weren't, there was not much talking, like, done. I think they both knew it was just like, they only had to persuade, or I don't even know if it, to answer your question, there was not much talking.
Okay. Have you made your decision?
Yes.
Okay. Kayla and Eden, anything else you'd like to say to John before he makes this very crucial decision? Because one of you will be on the jury and have no chance of winning this game.
No. I've said all I have to say.
Okay. John, you will cast the sole vote for the 7th member of the jury, and the 10th person voted out as far as seeing you uncharted waters.
I did a lot of thinking, and as much as I like this person, I think I would lose if I had to go up against her. So the final person voted out is
I'll read the vote. The 10th person voted out, and the 7th and final member of our jury, Eden. Eden, you remain question. Well, John, Kayla, you have made it as far as you can in this game. The power now shifts from you guys to the jury. 7 people you had a hand, either directly or indirectly, voting out of this game. You have 2 days to think of your Final Tribal Council's features and prepare for Final Tribal Council. I will leave you to it.
I'm happy I lost to like John and Kayla. They totally played a good game. John embodied the element of survivor because he's almost been out multiple times and like he survived, so that's good. And then Kayla has definitely like spiced up the group, made everything kind of interesting, and she has a lot of friends and a lot of enemies. Kind of polarized the jury, but I'm happy I lost to those two.
I hated it, but I mean, I explained it last time. I had to vote on who everybody hated more, and so I think people hate Kayla more than Eden. So I thought I would have a better chance to win against Kayla than I did Eden. Even though Eden's cool, I voted it out.
When she said she didn't even text John, I was like, Eden, like, did you try? And she was like, we were supposed to text him? And I was like, yeah, like to try. She was like, oh, okay. But I think, I mean, I knew he was taking me. Like, I was, like he said he was, the way he made it seem like, who hates the jury more? And I guess that was me more than Eden, obviously. So I wasn't surprised. She seemed to take it in good grace.
I would describe my Survivor journey as I won the first one, and I won the last one as far as challenges, and I won a couple in between. And so I think that they saw that I was actually trying to win the game. And my strategy of, I didn't really talk to anybody. I let people kind of talk to me. And so that way I didn't have to go behind anybody's back, and I didn't have to lie to anybody. It was just kind of straightforward. And so I played the game in a good mood, and so I made others in a good mood around me, and I tried to win based on the challenges. I knew that once we went individual, then there really was no need to actually make a team. But it happened, and then so I think loyalty was the word of the games. And I think the fact that I got to be in the group that was loyal to each other helped me get here.
I think that my journey has been different than other people just because I did come from people, and I feel like if I didn't do that in the game, a lot of things would be different. People were like playing a scary game. I feel like if I hadn't said anything like about like, you know, stuff happening, nobody would have pointed out Ryan like being a bubble buffer, because the only reason Emily said that was because she was mad at me because I wasn't voting Ryan off. The only reason she knew I wasn't voting Ryan off is because I told her, you know. The way I played, I would have thought like I would have got some voted out because I was like, you know, confrontational, but I guess it worked out in my favor because I'm here.
Luke, not even going to consider not getting his vote. I'm in, locked, loaded with him. Eden, I'm locked and loaded. I think I'll get her vote even though I just voted her off. But I think she knows that I had to do it. Ryan, I'm iffy, man. I think I might get his vote, but he might hate me for voting against him. And he's someone who evidently holds grudges. And so I think that he's iffy. I could go either way. I think it's more 60 towards me, 40 towards Kayla, but I'm going to say he's locked in as me as well. Dalton, I think, is locked in as me. Alex, I know for sure, is locked in as me. I think Emily's going to vote for me because she said it before. I think CNU will vote for me because I helped her when I could, I guess. I never lied to her. And she reached out to me in order to help, and I was like, being completely honest, I was like, yeah, I'll help you as much as I can. But that's all I could do.
Be nice, apologize, you bitch. No, it's really hard. My boyfriend was helping me write the speech, and I was like, yeah, I played a cutthroat game, but you cannot say that. And I was like, why not? He's like, if I was voting for you, if I was there, I wouldn't vote for you. She just beat a bitch. And I was like, great.
It pays to not know. I think everybody thought about it too much. And I think it was obvious that I didn't really think about it at all. I think that's why I'm here. I think I relied solely on my ability to... I think I was more skill and less thought, like, game strategy. It's either going to make good TV or make me seem really cool. But I told you I was going to win at the beginning, and I'm going to win it then. You're looking at the victor of this year's Survivor, Season 4.
Alright, so we're here to discuss the final two between John and Kayla.
Yeah.
The most predictable final two you might have ever seen. So,
yeah.
for me, John was predictable pretty much the entire time.
I knew once he got through the beginning stage, he would make it far.
Yeah, I felt like Luke did his dirty work. And
Yeah,
I felt
I
like
agree.
we had that one chance to take him out and no one bid in, and he didn't get a single vote after the final 8. Which is impressive. Kayla just rubbed a lot of people the wrong way in my book. If I were to just put on those aspects, I think John just played a cleaner game, I think, in my opinion, even though I think he was a little bit reserved, and I think he let Luke did some of his dirty work with some of the relationships.
Harder than he went on. I think that was part of his strategy because he didn't want to seem like too big of a threat.
Yeah.
He was just here to have fun and make friends.
There's no doubt that I was easily her biggest vendetta all season long. So I mean, it'll be interesting to see how she answers the questions tonight.
Yeah. I imagine she'll just kind of give up. You know, just be like, I know you all hate me.
Yeah, like, and it's funny because she's the one that preached jury management to begin with. She kept on saying jury management was super important every single tribal, and yet you're still doing what you're doing. It's like, and she didn't change her game. She could have changed her game multiple votes at a time, even after the incident, to say, I've grown from this. I'm a completely different game player than I was from then. I just blew
that was
up.
her mantra the whole season was, I'm gonna create drama. I just don't want him to be like, it was a team effort. Like, if he says, oh, it was an alliance, we were in this together this whole time, we played a game of loyalty, I'm gonna be like, I hear that one more time, I'm gonna smack him. I want him to own up to his gameplay. Like, be proud of your decisions. If I backstabbed someone and I was in the finals, I would take ownership of that. they were pledging this game of loyalty the entire game, but half of their alliance were willing to flip.
That is true.
That's not, like, I don't know,
That's
I
not
kind of,
good.
if John brings up the alliance thing, I might change my question to that. You know, just be like, well, I know half of your alliance told me they were willing to flip back over. So
Yeah.
how loyal was your alliance really? They might have stayed with you, but you don't know all the facts. You didn't know everything that was going on.
No, there's no questions to opening speech. There's opening speech, and then you give the questions.
Yeah.
So they're gonna talk, and then you guys will talk.
Yeah, no, my question was, because we already had that, right?
Right.
But if they say something and I'm like, ooh, I want to ask this instead, can I change it?
If it's your turn, you can't cut somebody else off.
Yeah.
So, like, well, you're supposed to.
All right. Welcome, final two. Let's bring in your jury. Jury, come on in. So now, introduce members of your jury: Luke, Alex, Dalton, Emily, Sydney, Ryan, and Eden voted out at the last tribal council. Okay. John, Kayla, welcome to your final tribal council.
Thank you, Trevor.
This is the point where the power shifts to the jury. 7 people you had a hand in voting out will come together to make a very important decision on who will win CNU Uncharted Waters. How this will work is you will both give opening statements, then the jury will have some time to think and then ask some questions. Afterward, you can give some closing statements, and then we will vote for the winner. Okay? So, John, why don't you get started?
7 years ago, as a wee lad, little Johnny only wanted one thing in life, and that's a huge thing, and that was to have the longest Healy in the Guinness World Record book. As I matured and grew, it turned in the only thing I wanted was to win Survivor CNU, 4th season. I applied many times and denied every time. But the one time Trevor takes a chance on me, I find myself in the final 2. Debatingly, I could say I could play a pretty good game. Also debatingly, I wanted to be here. But that was a strategy all in itself. Me not looking like I cared was my strategy overall. My other strategy was to never lie to anybody. And I'll admit, my one lie, which did not work, was when I went to Alex to try to get him to vote Kayla just so we could have a burn vote. But he was honest with me, which I respect, and he said he wasn't willing to do that. That was the one lie that I did to anybody. Even Sydney reached out to me, and I with a heavy heart, put your name down as I voted you out. I'm sorry about that. But as I continued down that road, I knew the moment that Ryan was voted out, that there was one decision I had. And it was against Eden and Kayla. And sadly, I had to vote Eden out and get stuck with Kayla because I had a feeling she caused enough beef with everybody that you guys would vote me. But besides that, honestly, I think I played a better game. I think I won more. But there's a big part of it, which a lot of you guys don't like, is that there was loyalty. And that's one thing that I really value in Kayla, because from the very beginning, I was kind of sketched about her. I thought she was sketchy, but she never turned her back. And so as much as I keep her with me because people don't like her, I like her a lot, and I would love to see her win if possible. And I'm done.
All right, thank you, John. Kayla.
I wrote a speech, so. Okay. Hi. Here are all the things that define my game. In the beginning, I flipped on the majority alliance to sign with the minority alliance after finding out they were splitting the votes. My next major event was making public of Alex's note that he slid under my door, saying I would be one of the first to go. Another major way I assisted my alliance advance in the game was helping convince Dalton to vote for Alex and not John.
I may have not won as many immunities as John, but I still won one. I should win the game because it differs from I only won an immunity once, which forced me to be a social player and ended up taking me to final 2. While being a social player, I only had 2 votes for my name in the entirety of the game. I was told I wasn't going to make it far, which changed my attitude and to make it, influenced me to ask questions others didn't want to, in order to advance myself and my alliance. Given the amounts received, I feel like I'm a respected and efficient player, and I had fun playing. So, I know a lot of you guys didn't like that I yelled at you, so I'm really sorry about that, but it was just a way that I really wanted to play the game. It was a puzzle, and that was the pieces of it, so that's all I got.
Thank you, Kayla. All right. Thank you, John and Kayla, for your opening statements. Jerry, I know a lot of you waited a long time to ask some questions and talk to these people. Now is a chance to ask some questions, try to gain as much information as you can to make an informed decision. So, Luke, start us off.
All right, so I don't have questions. I have more of a statement. It's more for the jury, not y'all, but it's directed towards you. So, John, probably my biggest ally throughout the game. I respected how we stayed loyal to each other. And that completely applies to Kayla, too. I really don't understand where all the hate comes from for Kayla. She was honest, stayed loyal to her alliance, and just handled things up front. Or you handled things up front.
Thanks.
So I really just completely disagree with all the hate that you got throughout the season. Not gonna lie, first when I got voted off, I thought you had switched on me, but that became obvious that you didn't.
I think I look like that. I don't know why.
But it became obvious that you didn't throughout the game, and I felt bad about that. So I appreciate that. And a lot of the stuff that you got hate for, other people were doing also. A lot of people who don't like you were not always loyal to their alliance. I know Alex tried to vote off Emily, he voted for Emily. Emily voted for Dalton. Dalton switched teams twice. So and that's just to name a few. There's some others, but I can respect how loyal you were and how upfront and honest you were, and I really disagree with all that hate you got.
Thank you.
John, you didn't get as much heat, the same can't be said necessarily in that regard, but you were always loyal, always honest. I really appreciate that. Trevor said that y'all had a hand in voting off everybody in the jury, but I'm not sure you really had a hand in voting me off. So.
I said directly or indirectly.
No, neither.
Yeah, we
I really don't.
I would die for
I don't think they did.
We were shocked.
Yeah, so I don't have any questions. More just a compliment. I think y'all both did really good, and I really enjoyed working with y'all. And I really disagree with all the hate Kayla specifically got.
Thank you.
Do I kiss him now or after?
There's no bribing for jury votes here, John. I'm sorry.
So after.
Thank you, Luke. Alex.
Alright, first I would like to congratulate you guys on making it to the final 2. 58 days is a long game to last. In this game, and surviving 10 tribal councils, it's not easy. I'll start off with you, John. You were in control of this game. In the early parts of this game, I felt like you were Robin to Luke's Batman at that point. And that duo was running that game and helped you build this entire alliance to help you build pieces that you needed for the later part of this game, with aligning with Eden and Dalton in the beginning of this game. And I felt like the only chance I gave at the final 8, but it didn't work. But this man received 0 votes after the final 8 due to him having so many allies around him that no one decided to take him out, and he won the final 2 immunities when I was thinking they would possibly take him out. So John, my question is to you.
Yes, Alex.
When did you feel that you were most vulnerable to be getting taken out of this game?
To be completely and utterly honest with you, I thought I was going home. When Emily went home, I thought for sure. Well, also everything after that. The only time I ever felt safe throughout the whole game was when I had immunity, or when I don't know. I think it was Luke vote, because I thought totally that someone else was going home. That's the only time I ever felt safe. But other than that, I thought I was going home that day. You can ask Gwen and Carson. Every time I went to write my name, I was like, I think I'm going home. And I was completely honest to the camera. You'll see. But I wasn't really feeling that safe. If I had won the immunity, that's the only time.
Okay. All right, Kayla. It's no secret that I've been your biggest vendetta out of all the vendettas that you've made in this game.
Sure, yeah.
Especially after the litter incident when I was on the bottom trying to fight for my life.
Okay.
And I think the part of why the jury has been so bitter is that you've been on the majority alliance while we're trying to fight for our lives, and considering that we were all trying to stir the pot to stay alive, and you were stirring the pot when you were in the majority alliance with all these allies around you, I think is where your game fails, I think. And consider a lot of the jury thinks that you've been driven by John and Luke and Eden for a lot of the game. So my question to you is, I think that tonight will be your final reckoning of what has come back to haunt you as a jury. Do you feel like that is the case?
Well, I guess so. Is that what you just said? That you think that I didn't play my own game? So, I mean, I did, though. Eden, no offense, didn't really do anything. Sorry, I'm not trying to be mean, but she didn't. John, he's a great player, but he won a lot of immunities, and that's about it. And Luke got out first juror. So, I mean, if it wasn't for my questioning during the tribal councils and all that stuff, a lot of stuff wouldn't be known. If I didn't talk about why I wouldn't vote Ryan out, then Emily wouldn't have told us that Ryan was flipping and flopping. So I feel like me confronting people and asking the questions that nobody wants to ask is why it was a good game and why I played a great game.
Okay, thanks.
Thank you, Alex. Dalton, you're up. Dalton, go ahead.
John.
Hey, dog.
How are you?
Doing great.
Like everyone else, congratulations to the both of you. You both, honestly, you both definitely deserve to be. You included Kayla. As much controversy that has been surrounded by some things you have said, Kayla, I want to ask you, and after thinking about what you've said, literally just now, I have definitely considered what a good game you played in order to get here by... John won 4 immunities, like you said. So he kind of was safe for a lot of it. You won 1 immunity that was kind of handed to you by Eden.
Sure, yeah. Mm-hmm.
So in a way, I see it as you did more work to get here, so you're a little more deserving to be here. So congratulations. What move in this game, because you made a lot of them, do you regret the most?
I don't regret any of my moves. When I make a move, I think about it. I think about what I'm going to say. I have thought it out. Doing things that you regret is just not good. So when I say something, I mean it. When I ask a question, I know what I'm talking about. So I don't regret any of my game moves at all.
All right. John, earlier and way earlier in this game, I remember you saying, like to me in person, that you didn't want to lie in this game. For most of the game, you didn't lie. You claimed, you owned up to that one. I do have a question about how you see it. When I told you about Ryan, and I said, kind of like, keep it between us, and you went and told Ryan, or asked him about it, which in a way I see, you want to understand the loyalty. You want to get it from the source. But why don't you consider that lying to me as you do, like, other moves in the game?
So when you first... that is pretty solid evidence against me. When you first told me that, I was like, there's no freaking way that Ryan would do that. And so immediate reaction was to go to him and tell him. That's not what I did immediately. When you first reached out, I think what I said was like, oh my gosh, like that's crazy to hear. I think it was like, let me think about it or something like that. And so then I think I waited like 2 days to finally, when we were at the Alliance, I talked to Ryan. I was like, hey, this is what Dalton is saying. And then after that, you're right. I kind of I wasn't direct, like, hey, I asked Ryan, this is what he said. I think you're lying. To come find out, Ryan was playing a dirty game over there. So I personally, the order of things, in my head I didn't lie because I was never, like when you told me, I didn't like tell you that I was gonna be like, okay, I'll vote with you. Because even if after I heard, I never said that I would vote for you to begin with. Every person that's been voted off, I think, if you would have asked me, I would have like owned up to it and said, yeah, I'm sorry, this is gonna happen. Like I would never try to like turn the tides at all.
So kind of like for me, to like get things clear, you don't see it as you lied to me, which you really didn't lie as much. You just kind of hid the truth a little bit.
And it's the same exact thing with my strategy of acting like I don't really want to win or don't care. It's not direct lying, I would say.
Right. Okay.
So yeah. So but in a way, you're 100% correct. I was a dirty boy too.
Okay. Thank you both and congratulations.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you, Dalton. Emily, you're up.
Alright, so first of all, yes, congratulations to you guys. Big kudos onto you guys. When we first started this game, I would have never thought it would be you two sitting in the finals.
Thank you. Thank you. Me either. Me either.
So, big kudos to you guys. I'm going to start with John first.
Of course.
So, your mantra this kind of whole final tribal and season has been, I'm just here to have fun.
Yes.
I don't care if I get voted out. But you are the only one of your alliance to actually admit to wanting to win, and I really respect that a lot. So I wanted you to kind of go deeper into your overall strategy because you kind of have just highlighted it. So kind of maybe like different reasons for your vote outs and things like that.
So it was the very first, I kind of lied to Trevor. I said that I was a big fan of Survivor. I've seen one episode, and that was the night before we went to that first Sunday. Okay, so I think what helped me is not knowing what I was doing. What made me choose the have fun, make people laugh method was one, because that's just kind of like my personality, to be honest with you. And then two, when we first met each other on the Whisper Wall, everybody was like kind of like shy and timid, and obviously, oh yeah, besides Dalton. But they were obvious like trying to like see how it's gonna go. You could tell the people were out for each other's throats, in my honest opinion. And so my strategy was like, I'm gonna loosen the like mood a little bit, just so that people could feel comfortable, because even if I like wanted to lie, people would feel comfortable around me because of the way I was acting. So that's the way I first thought about it. But then after like the first couple, I was like, okay, maybe I should keep this no lying, so that way people won't think of me as a backstabber. That was like my main strategy. As long as I don't backstab anybody, then people will like not backstab me at all. I don't know. Also, my other strategy, which I honestly thought was biting me in the butt, I trusted everybody in my alliance from the beginning. Besides, I thought Caleb voted out Luke one.
Yeah, that was a really horrible night. Yeah.
But besides that, yeah. So I don't know if that answers your question. I rambled a little bit.
Yes, thank you so much, Kayla. So, there was one travel where you called out me and Sydney for lying to you, and I asked the question, why is it okay for you to lie to us in the very beginning, but we are reprimanded and we are called bad people for lying to you? And you didn't really give me a straight answer. You kind of said, you just lost my jury vote here, and you kind of preached about jury management this whole time, and arguably you haven't had the best jury management throughout the game. So I kind of want to re-ask that question. Why is it okay for certain people to lie? If you're in the majority alliance, why is it okay for you to lie? But people trying to fight their way to the top when we were on the bottom the entire time, and I guess you never let us forget it. So why is it okay for you to lie, but not for anyone else to lie?
I think that I put too much trust in people being on the bottom and scraping for the top, so that they would do anything to just get by. So I put too much trust in you guys, and it kind of hurt because you guys lied and Luke was gone. So I think I was just feeling it, but I understand why I feel like I lied, but I also told you the truth after. After I flipped on Majority Alliance the first week, I told you that I flipped, yeah. So I just feel like I lied, but I also I lied, but I also told the truth right after. And it wasn't just me and the Alliance. There was 5 other people that also lied. So it's just you were guys. There was 3 of you on one yelling at me over something that I didn't like. It wasn't just me doing it. So I was getting defensive. Sure. Yeah.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you, Emily. Sydney, you are up.
All Good job. Congrats to both of you guys. Okay, so I'll start out with Kayla. Okay, so what would you say the biggest strategic move you made in the game was, and how did that help build your identity moving forward?
I think the biggest game move that I did was the confrontation thing. I was kind of basing my gameplay off of like Tony, Sandra, Michaela, and Evil Dick. Reason being is because when the people like that, like they're always in the front, they're always in the mix, people want to keep them longer so they can be the target, except for them. So that's how I was playing. Obviously, like, they did give it up, like Michaela, but like all the other people, they won their season before. So I just was basing it off of that. I think that it worked out, obviously. But I know people don't like me on the jury, but I feel like if you just look at my gameplay compared to John's, it's just more to it. More layers, more everything.
Okay, thanks. And then for John, okay, so John, your alliance was definitely the strongest throughout the whole game, and it was super effective. So would you take credit for that? And then, if so, how did you ensure that it stayed strong throughout the game?
I would not take credit for it. I think the alliance was like from the very beginning, the paddle one, it was Eden, Ryan, and Luke who were all in that 3 group, and it was Alex and Kayla and I. And so I think they, like, personality-wise, they were good together, and I think I was personality-wise really good with Luke to begin with. And we had some, like, mutual friends outside the game. And so that's why I think I got my in. And because Kayla and Alex were in my, like, that first, whatever paddle game, I don't know what you call it, I was immediately like, okay, let's try to get them. And then I don't know what happened, honestly, with Alex. But I got Kayla on us. Yeah. And then there was a moment when I was like, okay, we can trust Kayla. It was when she was like looking for the idol with you guys, knowing I was getting my bike, and I think Adult and I had a conversation, and I was getting my bike from the library, and Kayla was sitting there, and I knew that we were gonna meet, like our alliance and Kayla were gonna meet. Well, our alliance, not and Kayla, our alliance was gonna meet, and then Kayla didn't say anything to you guys, so that's when I was like, okay, we can trust her.
Yeah.
And so, your question is, did I feel like I was the runner of it? Is that what you're looking at?
Did you take credit for it? Like, how did you ensure your alliance stayed strong throughout the game? Like, what things did you do? You probably
I think my strategy was if we always have the majority, there's no way to lose because of the fact that it's an individual. Mm-hmm. And so I'm like, it doesn't matter if, like, in a way we were a team, but as long as we had majority, we would win every time. And I think the reason we lost Luke is because we didn't vote with majority, we split the vote. And I think that was like, if you had asked me my biggest mistake, I think that was the biggest mistake, not calling everybody out and saying, hey, we need to keep Luke, not vote split.
Yeah. Thanks.
Thank you, Sydney. Brian, you are up.
So like everyone knows, that congrats. I love playing games with you guys. My first question, I'm gonna go to Kayla first. So what was your plan for like the last half of the game, like after Luke got voted out?
It changed a lot. Who was left after Luke? Hold on. Okay.
Everybody.
Yeah, I know. It changed a lot. I really wanted Alex out for like a while, like 3 votes. So, and I couldn't sorry. I couldn't, I was campaigning for him to go. So it was kind of like my plan wasn't falling through for Alex for a while. So I was just staying on him for a bit. Right. And then, I knew one of my final 2s was going to be one of you guys. I just didn't know which one. And then when Emily was talking about how you were like flip-flopping and stuff, I knew that we were debating if we should get you out before Sydney or after, but it was just after because you kept on winning and meeting challenges. So it's just I knew I wanted to be one of you guys. I just didn't know which one. I knew I was still gonna do the confrontation thing because people were kept on talking third person. We knew who they were talking about. They didn't want to say a name though, so I just asked. So that's what I was thinking. Right. I tried to win some immunity comps, didn't, but I tried.
I'm not allowed to ask just a quick follow-up. Would you have voted me out if I lost the wall sit challenge?
If other people would have, I would.
Alright,
Sorry.
cool. Oh, I just want to say something. Every time I told you guys who I was going to vote for, I did vote for them. I just want to clear that up.
Yeah, that's true. I know that, but it's just like I think it's just like the thought
Can I
of
respond to
you,
that?
the thought of you. Hold on, sir. The thought of you not voting with us is still kind of
Right.
because which is I mean I know you did vote with us every time, but it's still like they said that you told them our plan and stuff. So
Ask me what I think about it.
yeah, so that's why. Like I feel like Luke would have gone if you didn't.
Ask me
tell
that
him.
first.
Well, anyways, so like, well, it's kind of goes on. But like, at what point? Kind of goes along with what I asked her. But like, at what point of the game did you decide that like you wanted me out or needed to get me out of the game? And like,
Why is this based on?
does that make sense?
So at what point in the game did I want you out?
Yeah.
To be honest with you, and I said in my confessional, I think that you played, arguably you and Alex played the best game in the whole game.
Right.
I think on paper, if it was just your moves, like Among Us, like it's like Among Us, kind of figure out who's doing what. But if it was just on paper, the moves you did, you'd have never betrayed anybody, as far as the loyalty.
Right.
But you did go and talk to people,
Right.
and then that could have be seen as you like going behind people's backs.
Right.
But in complete honesty, I thought that was like the best plays of the game because you were actually doing how the game's supposed to do.
Yeah, you just got caught up.
No, that's not.
I think, to be honest with you, if someone asked me, it was. So when I decided to vote you out, was when I beat you at the domino.
Yeah, I was gonna like to follow up to that. Was going to the end like if I lost ever an option?
So yes, my one thing is that I knew that you would won 2 out of the last 3. And so I knew for a fact if I didn't win this immunity to bring me here, I would be out. Or at least in my head, that's what I thought process.
Yeah.
And so to me, it was either I vote you out or you stay in and either go to the final game where people could see that you played a hell of a game, or you would vote me out. And so that was my strategy of just like, I would rather vote him out and like, it sucks.
Right.
But I would rather win the game than.
Yeah. Yeah, last thing was just like if you didn't vote me out when I got voted out, I really was gonna take it to the end with me. Like I never got to make my pitch to you, but telling you now, I really would have taken it to the end.
No, 100%. I don't even.
But I understand why like taking me out was like.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I feel like if you would have got to the end, the jury definitely would have voted you to win just because they exposed your gameplay and we still kept you. So that's why we had to.
Also, I was in the final 3, and it was down to them. And like neither of them really reached out. Besides, like you did reach out the day of, though.
I forgot.
This man was writing paragraphs at 2 a.m. trying to get me to vote. Okay.
Yeah, that's it. But yeah, congrats, guys.
Thanks, man.
Thank you, Ryan. Last but not least, Eden.
Kayla, as the primary source of confrontation throughout the game, you successfully polarized the jury, sort of. So throughout the game, you've been kind of quick to call out any and all people that either contradict themselves or confuse you. And at any point, did you ever find yourself holding back, or did you say everything you wanted throughout the season?
I think I said everything I wanted throughout the season. I can't think of a time where I didn't, except for, like, I think the Alex Snow thing really, like, brought it out because then, like, I just could be able to do it. I don't know, it's just like when people said something that, didn't make sense or they used third person, like, they're like, this person, so I just asked who. But, yeah, it just, like, it was fun and like, it helped me figure out, like, who trusted themselves, like their alliance members as much as, whatever.
What's the preference? I had to go through John's high school ceremony to find his middle name, but I have it.
What is
What? Are you serious?
I went through your commencement bulletin that I found online.
John, can I file a strain alert?
Yeah, I was gonna say, John, I don't care what the vote is, you got one stalker.
He wouldn't tell me. He said,
Why would you say that? What is it? What do you get the game from?
I thought it would be a little fun fact about me.
About you that you were going to complain.
It's always the praises.
Yeah,
That's deep. It wasn't hard to
All right, let's try it. Let's let Eden tell me.
John
Robert Salzman. A threat in the eyes of some and a hero in the eyes of others. Upon reflecting on
This is my favorite one yet.
Upon reflecting on the complete timeline of events that have occurred in this club, one may come to the realization that you, Mr. Salzman, have not only mastered and embodied the art of survival, but have conquered and triumphed over the game of wit, body, and mind. Loyalty became you, and those who found favor in your alliance were blanketed with a sense of trust in your honorable word. My question tonight is as follows. Did your loyalty to me and your alliance in your initial alliance falter, or was the act of betrayal simply another rung in the ladder to success and possible victory that you obviously so desperately crave?
Oh, it's like you're speaking a different language. What? Yeah. So talk to me like I'm 5.
Do you like your parents and your siblings, or do you want to just?
That was your question. My mom is the best woman I've ever met.
I'm trying to make it in 5-year-old terms.
Oh, okay.
Loyalty.
You're asking, do I like people I was with?
No.
Okay.
Are you pre-law?
You just lost.
Did your loyalty falter? And that's why you voted your fellow alliance out? Or did you just want to win?
So, I think every time someone that I actually liked, or no, not every time, but I actually was like upset, like genuinely. Like, I think with Sydney, I was like, I'm so sorry, like, I would rather you vote out than me, to be honest with you, because I wanted to win. Even with you, I was like, I felt so bad voting you out. Okay, so to answer your question, I would rather have won than be seen as like the extreme loyalty guy, to be honest with you, because if I was that, then Ryan would be up here, to be completely honest with you. So I think loyalty was like, if you had to sum up this whole game into one word, that would be it. Because to be honest with you, there's some players that like played a better game that weren't up in the Final 4, Final 5 that we had. And some could say that even from the very beginning, like it was destined the Final 4 would have made it. And I think some of that is unfair. I'm really happy that I was on the right side of it, but I could see that. And I think the huge thing that I played was loyalty, one, and that like I wasn't a quote unquote dick. So I don't know if that answers your question. That was like, I do like everything you said about me. It makes me seem like a douche, but I do like that.
Thank you, Eden, for that question. Thank you, jury. That was a very interesting final tribal council. We will now give you two time to give your concluding statements. Are you two okay to give your statements now, or do you want to go to the next?
I'm ready.
I want to give mine.
Okay, yeah. All right, Kayla, you can give your closing statement.
Okay. I want to thank the host Trevor and the board for setting this game up. I had a lot of fun, and I appreciate the opportunity to play the game in real life instead of just watching it on TV. I apologize if I made any of the players upset throughout the game. Regardless of the outcome, I have enjoyed playing this game with all of you, and I'm glad to have made friends about it, like along the way. So yeah.
All right. Thank you, Kayla. John, wrap up the season.
Kayla, I think you played a great game. Like,
I think you played a great game.
I really like. It's awesome seeing you up here. I know I had the decision, but it's cool to see you up here. I'm glad I said that first. I'm gonna go off what you guys said, and so in order for this is my pitch for you guys to vote for me. If the one thing her playing a good game because she was ahead or she just floated by. If she want Alex gone and it took him 3 tries to get it, how is she the lead of that? How is she able to not just be floating by? Because if she was in the head or in command at all, then he would have been out first round. So that's my first thing. And also, I think it's not you can't just put, oh, he won 4 immunities. That's not him playing a good game because he was easy way to get by. If the way to win the game is to get individual immunity and not team immunity, then that's a great game. That is the cockiest you'll ever hear me. I'm sorry. Okay, bye.
Hold on, wait. I just think that if John's, no offense, I guess, but you were going to take Ryan to the end when Ryan definitely would have won over you. So I just feel like maybe you need to think more about game moves and less about loyalty. Because I was thinking about, out of the final four of all of us, who would I win against? And I think not Eden, because everybody likes Eden, and not Ryan, because Ryan played a great game. So I think I'm a well-rounded player, and you just won a lot of comps. So that's it. We're friends now.
I'm so sorry I said that. I'm so sorry I just said that. Okay.
All right, thank you, John and Kayla. Jury, I'll give you a minute to think about this very hard decision. All right, it is time to vote. Luke, you're first.
Kayla, as much as I would love to see that look on their face if you were to win, I gotta stick with John. He's become one of my closest friends, and he was always my closest ally.
So, I'm voting for John because I definitely think he played the better game physically, socially, strategically, just all the way around. I think Kayla did a really good job of explaining herself tonight and her moves that she made, but overall I respected John's gameplay a little bit more. So up to both of you guys.
This is actually stressful. This is a stressful final. Oh.
This outfit, wow. This is one of my better ones.
For the last time, I'll go tally the vote. Well, guys, it was a very fun season. I know we had a lot of COVID restrictions, and it really took a lot to make this work. So I really appreciate you guys taking the chance on doing this ridiculous club for this long, and putting up with me. And it was a lot of fun getting to know you guys. And I'll quit stalling because I know these two want to know the winner. So, for the last time, I'll read the votes. It takes 4 to win. First vote. John. That is John to win the game. That's 2 votes, John. John. That's 3 votes, John. The winner, start seeing you, Uncharted Waters. John. Congratulations, John.
Thank you, Trevor.
Do you have any final words for the season?
Do I get anything? I don't know, I had a lot of fun. It was awesome. Yeah, I think it's kind of cool. I was totally joking when I said thought I would win when I first messaged him, but I guess it worked. Yeah, thanks, guys.
All right. Thank you, guys. Great season. Three, 2, 1, reveal. Georgia is for the rock. Georgia, you gotta bring the torch. The 11th person voted out and the 6th member of our jury. Adam, you bring your torch. Lily, Travis spoken. Time for you to go.
So much more on the stand, Lily.
7th person voted out of Start of CNU in deep water. Gabe. Gabe, you need to bring your torch.
I'm back, y'all. Y'all thought you could get rid of me that easily? Nope.
So, not only is this uncharted waters because of the restrictions you're on, there is no tribes. Yes, Kayla.
I have something to say.
Okay.
It says they've been talking behind your back. You'll be the first to go. And only one person lives in my building, and that is Alex.
I played a very stressed game. I don't think it was anywhere near my potential or my ability.
My first Survivor CNU experience was pretty awesome. I didn't expect that it was going to be as fun as it was, but man, I didn't like the way I went out. I trusted somebody and I shouldn't have.
You guys are gonna see a new 3.0, the best of the best. I gotta keep it fresh, I gotta keep it different. I can't do the same thing. So I'm gonna try to do the second season, but on steroids.
The actual season itself did not go ideal. I definitely was hoping to have a pretty good shot at winning. That was, I guess you could say, cut short, but I'm excited that I've been asked to come back and get a chance to redeem myself.
And here I am for the All-Star season, and I feel like an All-Star, it's an honor to get invited back.